The air was thick with tension and gunpowder. 3 rookie officers had their weapons drawn, hands trembling as they aimed at a woman standing calmly in the middle of a grocery store parking lot. She was unarmed, dressed in workout clothes, and yet they were shouting orders like she was a threat. "On your knees," one of them barked. The woman didn't flinch. Her eyes, steady and cold, met his. "You don't want to do this, son," she said quietly. "Before I tell you what happened next, tell me in the comments where you re-watching from. I love knowing who's listening." Her name was Sergeant Maya Ellis, a decorated Navy SEAL veteran who had served 12 years overseas. She'd survived ambushes, led rescue missions, and stared down death more times than these rookies had written parking tickets. But today, back home in her quiet neighborhood, she faced a different kind of battle: ignorance. It started when she stopped by the store after her morning run. A woman had accused her of stealing her car, the same car Maya had bought and registered in her own name. The police were called, and the rookies, eager to prove themselves, rushed in without asking questions. Now, under the fading afternoon sun, Maya stood still while 3 guns trembled in her direction. Shoppers had gathered at a distance, whispering. Phones were recording. Every second stretched like an eternity. Inside, Maya's heart pounded, not from fear, but restraint. Years of training told her how fast things could spiral. One wrong move, one nervous trigger finger, and it would all be over. "License and registration," one rookie yelled. "It's in my jacket pocket," Maya said steadily. "I'm reaching for it slowly." But the officer's voice cracked. "Don't move!" The crowd gasped. Maya froze, exhaling softly. "Breathe, soldier," she whispered. That single word, soldier, hit the youngest officer like a spark. His eyes flickered with confusion. "How do you—" "You're wearing your academy tag," she said calmly. "You're new. I can tell by how you're holding your weapon. 2 fingers too high on the trigger." The rookie blinked, lowering the barrel slightly before realizing she was right. The crowd murmured louder. The senior officer shot him a glare. "Ma'am, I said—" But Maya cut him off, her voice sharper now. "You don't call a woman ma'am while pointing a gun at her, especially not one who's done more for this country than you can imagine." For a moment, no one moved. Then, from the far end of the lot, a black SUV screeched to a stop. A tall man stepped out, his presence commanding. His voice boomed across the chaos. "Stand down! Now!" The rookies stiffened. It was Captain Dawson, their precinct commander. He stormed toward them, fury in his eyes. "Do you have any idea who this is?" he snapped, grabbing one officer's gun and shoving it toward the ground. "This woman is Sergeant Major Maya Ellis, Navy SEAL, Silver Star recipient, and the reason half our training manuals even exist." The officers froze, realization washing over them. One of them whispered, "Oh my God." Maya said nothing. She simply stood there, jaw tight, watching as the captain tore into them. But then something unexpected happened. The captain turned to her, lowering his voice. I'm sorry, Sergeant. They didn't know." Maya's expression softened slightly. "That's the problem, Captain," she said. "They didn't ask." Silence swept the parking lot. Even the crowd felt it, the weight of those words. Later, at the station, the rookies waited nervously as Maya entered the briefing room. The captain had asked her to speak to them. She could have demanded their suspension. She could have humiliated them. But she didn't. Instead, she looked each of them in the eye and said, "You're not here to prove power. You're here to protect it. Every person you point that weapon at is someone's child, and sometimes they've served this country long before you learn to wear that badge." One rookie shifted uneasily. We didn't know who you were." Maya smiled sadly. "You shouldn't have to know. Respect shouldn't depend on rank or color or background. It should come first, always." Those words landed harder than any punishment could. Weeks passed. The rookies underwent retraining, and this time Maya led the session herself. She showed them tactical restraint, communication under pressure, and the importance of empathy in uniform. Her calm authority silenced even the most stubborn among them. During their final drill, the same rookie who'd shouted at her in the parking lot raised his hand. "Sergeant Ellis," he said quietly, "I wanted to say thank you for not giving up on us." She smiled. "Don't thank me. Just do better." Months later, that same officer was credited with peacefully de-escalating a tense standoff. No shots fired. When reporters asked where he'd learned his approach, he simply said, "From the woman who taught me what strength really looks like." Because strength isn't loud, it's controlled, it's steady, it's knowing when not to pull the trigger. Because respect, like courage, doesn't vanish. It waits, and it finds its way back. And that day in the parking lot, when 3 guns pointed at one calm, unarmed woman, the world learned a lesson it would never forget. You never underestimate someone who's already fought for peace. If this story moved you, drop a comment below and tell me your thoughts. Don't forget to subscribe to Whispered Words, where every story reminds us that dignity, courage, and humanity will always outshine fear. CTR line. Because real power isn't in the weapon. It's in the heart that chooses not to use it.